Code blocks are a group of statements, sometimes called a compound statement, that's specified in Python by indentation. So in Python, code blocks are indented from their surrounding context. There's always a header to specify what to do with this code block. Some of the headers we'll learn in this course are for loops, if statements, and while loops. But regardless of the type of header, they always end with a colon, and that's followed by a block of code that belongs under that header. When I say code blocks are specified by indentation, what I mean is that by definition, if we split off part of this code block and unindent it, then it becomes part of the code block below it, and they would no longer belong under that header. If we don't actually want to do anything in our code block, then Python has this special statement called pass. And when we put pass inside of a code block, then pass does nothing, but it's typically used as a placeholder for when we want to fill in a block later on. Because Python relies on indentation to understand code blocks, then we can't just indent random lines in our program. For example, if we try to run this code, this indentation would give us a syntax error. We can even make indentation mistakes that aren't all that visible. So here's a for loop that looks like it's correctly indented, but when we run it, we get an error. It turns out that in this source code we're using two different kinds of indentation, tabs and spaces. We can show this by turning on the display of invisible characters in the editor, and once we do that, then we'll notice that line 2 is using 4 spaces, whereas line 3 is using 1 tab. To us they look the same, but to Python they're different kinds of indentation. So we can fix this problem by either replacing the tab character with 4 spaces. So in Python, code blocks are a group of statements that have a header and are specified by indentation.